is Benjamin Okeze Kalu, representing the good people of Bende Federal Constituency. I am from Abia State. Arise.
From the hallowed chambers, his voice resonates crystal clear.
You say you shared money recently, and I represent the constituency, and there are 360 of us, and all of them are saying we are not feeling the impact.
He's the unmistaken voice of Undi Bende and the image maker of the House of Representatives.
Swept away houses and roads in communities like Mpa, Umimenyi, Uzita, and Bende. Mr. Speaker,
he's a committed, courageous, articulate, and deeply impassioned lawmaker with the plight of his constituents.
Joining me now on the political segment is Honorable Benjamin Kalu, who's the spokesman of the House of Representatives.
Ben Kalu's mandate gives you first-hand information on the activities of the member representing the good people of Bende Federal Constituency at the House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Kalu, as well as his position on national issues. Ben Kalu's mandate airs on Flow 94.9 FM, Vision Africa 104.1 FM, and Real 99.1 FM every Tuesday by 10:30 a.m. Ben Kalu's mandate, gains of quality representation. Yes, it is the weekly engagement of Representative Benjamin Okeze Kalu with the good people of Bende Federal Constituency and also the good people of Abia State. Welcome. And this is the program that runs every week right on several radio stations in Abia State, from Flow 94.9 FM to Vision Africa Radio 104.1 FM, Real 99.1 FM, Family Love 99.1 FM, ABN Online Radio and TV. And Representative Benjamin Okeze Kalu is the chairman of the House Committee on Media and Publicity, the spokesperson of the House. So he speaks for the lower chamber of the National Assembly. My name is Michael Oni. Well, today is a special edition. I call it special edition because for a while now, several editions of this program, we've been speaking with the spokesperson of the House virtually, but he's very much live in the studio. We understand that the National Assembly is on recess. So let me welcome Representative Benjamin Okeze Kalu live in the studio today as we continue the conversation on Ben Kalu's mandate. Glad to have you join us.
Thank you, Michael Odi, for having me again today. And people of Bende and Abia, I'm very happy to be here. What a delight to finally come here live to interact with some of the people I love a lot and some of the people who love the work we are doing. The purpose of this program was for us to feel closer to you as a people and for you to feel us as accessible as possible, close to the people who send us to do this job. So always a pleasure, always a delight to be here to address some of the issues that might be of concern to you.
All right. Interestingly, we're going to have a wonderful conversation today because we will be throwing the lines open and he will be answering your questions, your opinions, your contribution, especially as far as his representation is concerned at the National Assembly. Well, you're back at home. You've been engaged in some activities with your constituents, especially the town hall meeting. Can you let us into that before we delve into some other issues concerning your party?
Yeah, like you rightly pointed out during the introduction, that the House is on recess at the moment. And when there is no plenary going on, it doesn't mean that the function of representation comes to an end. It only means that you are encouraged to go home to your constituency, to do your needs analysis, to interact with the people, for them to feel you, not just on the electronic platforms or through the boxes of their radio. That is why I'm here. It will be a disservice to my people for us to be on recess, and I'll be sitting in Abuja. I'm not that kind of representative. I am here for them to feel me, touch me, bombard me with their problems. I solve the ones I'll be able to solve. I observe the ones we have done well, and the areas of needs we analyze it together. for the betterment of the people of Bende Federal Constituency and as well as Abia State. I am not representing Bende alone. I'm representing Abia State, I'm representing Southeast, I'm representing Nigeria. So I'm here to feel my people, and I've started moving around, to make sure that they don't see me as a mystery. I'm demystifying representation. I started on Sunday. I arrived on Saturday night. Sunday morning, I attended church, the Streams of Joy. And after the service, I went to pay condolence visits to a whole lot of people that lost their loved ones. So I'm around to attend weddings. I'm around to attend naming ceremony. I'm around for August meeting. I'm around for any deliberation that the constituents may want to have with me.
Okay, interestingly, let's talk about your party. Beyond that, we're still going to back to your activities, the town hall meeting that you had, of course, with your constituents and some other things we expect, especially some of those projects that you've attracted if you visited some of those points. But let's talk about the local government congress that will take place next week, Saturday. We understand that the forms are available already, and congresses are usually characterized by imposition of candidates and party leaders, and you promised the people that this will not happen this time. So let's hear you. Let's get your thoughts on the local government ward congresses rather that will take place next week Saturday, talking about your party, the All Progressives Congress.
Yeah, I'm happy you corrected that. It's not local government congress. It is the ward congress. Every politics is local. So we'll start from the ward, from the polling unit to the ward, and then we go to the local government. So this Saturday is going to be on the 31st, it's going to be for the World Congress of APC. And as you know, we have to comply with the provisions of the Electoral Act in selecting those who run the affairs of the party. And for us to do that, we have to ensure that the laid down procedure by the Electoral Act that we're using at the moment is followed. You don't just select people to go and lead your party at the ward from the confines of your bedroom. It's a democratic practice that will involve all the stakeholders, especially the leaders from those political wards. What they do is to make sure that right people who want to participate in party politics, in party administration, show their interest, and through democratic process emerge as the leaders. Ours is not going to be that which is filled with rancor and acrimony. I say so because there is the spirit of the party.
Okay.
At the moment, the spirit of the party is we try to sustain our victory that we have gotten so far across board, especially in Bende Federal Constituency. We have gotten victory for the party, and for us to sustain that, we have to ensure that everybody is carried along in the decision-making process. So we are busy talking as we speak. We started on, I think it was on Sunday, after my condolence visits. All the, selected 4 leaders and other executives of the current party leadership structure met for an emergency discussion and to analyze where we are and where we want to get to. And it was well attended. I'm sure you must have seen it online. It was well attended, and those who could not attend because it was sudden sent their representatives. As you know, I'm the chairman of caucus of the leaders in the APC Bende, and I also double as a member of NEC. representing one of those representing the Southeast in the APC NEC. And I also speak for the caucus of the party in Abia State. So Bende is very important that we put it together and make sure prominent people who are coming from there, who are from the party, that we don't allow any shenanigans or rancor or acrimony to destroy the spirit of the party. So mostly we're going to be looking at consensus, those that we look at and find out that is what the party encourage, to ensure that there is a seamless process. We're going to be talking until we get that. Once I leave the studio, I'll start moving around again. We're going to be visiting most of the wards.
Okay.
They visited and had a meeting with me. It is my time now to go with a team to visit most of the ward to look at how far they have gone in selecting those that will lead them, and so that by the time we meet again on 30th with the senator from the region, from the district, Dr. Kalu'S, we'll have a clean, document to see this is where we are at the moment, and to the following day we'll have an easy sell. That's what we're looking at. We don't want some people are trying to, look at ways to introduce a few issues that will be a clock.
Okay, I was going to take you on the ward congresses that will take place next week Saturday.
Yeah.
You spoke about a rancorous-free Congress.
Yes.
Hoping to have that, but there are issues on ground that I would like you to address as a member of APC, not only as a member of APC in Abia State, a ranking member. Now, there are issues with where the forms will be collected, especially the local politics being played. Some persons are saying, well, you can collect the forms at the state secretariat right here in Umuahia, while some persons are saying, you go to the bank. There are some forms that are fake, in quote. Some fake forms are in circulation, and observers are asking, are these not the same things that played out during the last election that led to the party losing the gubernatorial election?
No, the forms that you always have forms flying around when you have Congress coming up. It's not unique to APC. Some people see it as a period to make money and a period to deceive other people. Some people use it as a period to show how important they are. But truth be told, the party has a structure for obtaining forms, and that structure is what you need to follow.
Okay.
If you don't follow that structure, what you are holding in your hands will be a fake document. And the structure entails you going to the bank to pay in the name of the person that is obtaining the form. It must be in your name, and then you take the receipt to those people that were sent from the national office to all the state secretariats. They are in Umuahia here. We have an office, and they are sitting there. So you go to the Azikiwe Road office, you will see 3 gentlemen from the national headquarters. So you make your payment, you take the slip, and you go there and you obtain your form. And if there are other administrative costs that the party, the state has put in place, you obey and comply. If you don't go through all those and just keep carrying forms up and down that has no roots, it means that you're on the frolic of your own, and you have yourself to blame at the end of the day if the credibility of the document you're having is questioned.
All right, it is still Ben Kalu's mandate, of course, the weekly engagement of Representative Benjamin Okezie Kalu with the good people of Abia State, especially Bende Federal Constituency, where he represents at the National Assembly, that's the House of Representatives. We're going to draw the lines open early today. He's very much in the studio to answer those questions of yours, of course, concerning his representation, very important, and some of those projects that he has attracted for the good people of Bende Federal Constituency. And now that he's at home, of course, he will be able to take some of those things as collate them and take them back to Abuja. Of course, that's a quality representation, which is what he believes. So 0808 182 6949 or 0811 605 2949. You can also drop messages on 0906 510 8289. It is Ben Kalu's mandate. Of course, the program runs on several radio stations in Abia State. Flow 94.9 FM, Vision Africa Radio 104.1 FM, Real 99.1 FM, Family Love 99.9 FM, and ABN Online Radio and TV. Glad to have you join us. What's your name?
Hello, dear President, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yes, you're welcome. What's your name?
My name is Chijoke, calling from Mamba.
All right, Chijoke.
I want to ask, there's only one question, sir. I want to ask Honorable, what is his stand concerning our brother Nnamdi Kalu? Because we are not happy and we can do anything now. As it stands now, we show them, oh, guys. You see boys who...
All right, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome. Yes, what's your name? You're live on radio.
Yeah, good morning, Michael.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you. My name is Owakwe Chidebe. Good morning, my representative.
Sir.
Yes, Owakwe, can you hear me? Wow, since we lost that. Okay, keep your calls coming. 0808 182 6949 or 0811 605 2949. Yes, welcome.
Good day, my friend Michael.
Yes, you're welcome. What's your name?
My name is Samuel from Amoki.
All right, Samuel. Go on with your contribution. Samuel, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm happy to hear Mike.
Can you change your location so that we can have a better reception there?
Okay.
All right.
I say I'm happy to hear that our honorable member Benjamin is here. Some of the time we are asking questions to the president, but today he's here. I want to ask him about the road going to Mpa. He told us sometime that the federal government has been already, that road has been captured. I want to know the state of that road now.
All right. All right, thank you. He's going to respond to your question very soon. This one says, my brave and outspoken honorable, as I always address you, please, sir, is it possible for me to meet you with you since you are in town? Because I believe that seeing your face, my problems will be over, and you can never tell, because with God, all things are possible. Thanks, my matured reasoning, honorable Osondu from Ohuhu in Umukabia. All right, Osondu. Hello, welcome to Ben Kalu's mandate.
Thank you, Michael. I thought that.
All right, to work with Chidebere.
My representative, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Presentation. I have to say the truth and shame the devil. I'm from Obereni. And
Uwakwe Chidebere, can you move away from your radio set so that we can have a clear conversation?
I will start feeling your impact in Bende constituency. Yes, I know that I engaged you. That was Tuesday last week or thereabout, or 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, as regards to Obereni Road. And the people of Obereni had what as regards to their road to make sure that before end of this year, that we'll have a quality road. Thank you, my brother. God will always be with you.
All right, Uwakwe Chidebere, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Yes, welcome to Ben Kalu's mandate.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
This is Frank Ebetilasa, representing from Ibero B in the local government.
All right. All right.
Thank you so much. Greetings to my honorable.
Good day, sir.
Yes, sir. I want to use the opportunity to say a very big thank you for all your contribution and leadership. in representing Bende. Thank you, and you are welcome. Because indeed we have a representative. So that is why I called to say, welcome, my honorable. Thank you so much for all that you're doing. Even this period of time that you are around, you've been able to put a lot of machineries to make sure that the Congress goes through. And I pray that God will keep sustaining you. Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Keep those calls coming and also your messages 0808 182 6949 or 0811 605 2949. Representative Benjamin Kalu'S is very much in the studio this hour to answer your questions and of course to take your contributions. He's very much live in the studio with us. Yes, glad to have you join us.
Thank you, Mike.
Yes, you're welcome.
My network this morning, and I will always want to speak with my representative. The friend of Bende.
Okay, quick. You have 30 seconds to work with so that we can allow others.
I want to ask you a question. As regards to this electronic transmission of results, what is his own position as regards to it? Because if we should have electronic voting without electronic transmission of results, that means it won't really work. What is your position, sir, as regards to that? And
all
the
right.
people of Israel want to also feel your presence. We felt your impact, but want to feel your presence, even as National Assembly and thank you and God bless you.
All right, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Yes, your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Mr. Michael Omin, I greet you today.
You're welcome. What's your name, please?
Yeah. I'm calling from Cross River City, local government.
All right.
Please, I want to appreciate the member there that is representing his constituency. You see, if all our representatives will be like this, coming up to give us updates in the house, I think whether he does something or not, but at least we'll have that confidence with him. I always had him every time. I appreciate him, and I believe that God in heaven will surely always be with him. Amen.
All right. Thank you very much. All the way from Cross River State. I'm going to allow him attend to those questions now. You can keep those calls coming. He's very much at home now. The National Assembly is on recess, and it is time for him to get back to you on what you've sent him to the National Assembly to do. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Michael.
Okay, good.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Michael. I must say that it looks like today is going to be a busy day with some of the calls popping in, and I really appreciate that. Thank you all for calling in. Let me start from the first person that called and said, what is your stand on our brother Nnamdi Kalu? And I like the word he used, our brother Nnamdi Kalu. Nnamdi Kalu is our brother, and my stand is that nothing against the law should be done to him. That the process of law take its place. For me, I am actually happy that he's back, because there's no place like home. We are watching closely on the processes that is being adopted by the judicial arm in ensuring that things were done transparently, honestly, and in line with the principles of justice. So we are watching. I don't want our brothers to be agitated that anybody is going to harm him. A lot of interests are out there, and we are making sure that the process of law takes its place. If there is anything that is against him, it will be tabled. But if you ask me, which one do I choose? Between his non-violent approach, which was used by Gandhi, which was used by Nelson Mandela, which was used by Martin Luther King, I will opt for the non-violent means. I opt for not taking arms. I opt for pressing for what you need, your expression, without using violence, because we are only recovering from the pain of the last war. We are recovering from the family members we lost. Maybe some people listening to me did not lose. I lost a lot. And my family suffered a lot. I was just walking through my great-grandfather's palace. It's a Kalu'S palace in Amo, my maternal great-grandfather, and I saw that the building has not been rebuilt after the war till date. The debris of war stay us very closely on our faces, and it reminds us of the pain that this particular region passed through. And you recall that for us to revive our region back to where we are mostly was through self-help. We labored. The airport that we have at Owerri, I remember when we were contributing money as primary school students, the levy, most of the things we built here was through self-help. So destroying them or being involved in anything that will lead to destruction of lives and properties is not what I subscribe to. But if what he's pressing for could be done through non-violent means, the Constitution allows people to express themselves. And I believe that in such non-violent expression, the powers that be owe a duty to invite people who are agitating to discuss and find a way forward. Yaradua was not weak. He used it, and it worked for the amnesty program that is happening around the Niger Delta. It was a violence period, but in his wisdom, he brought them in and asked them question: how do we go? Where do we go from here? And today, Niger Delta area, is a bit calm. So it's there's a responsibility on both sides, on the side of Nigeria and also on the side of those who are working with our brother, to find a way to sit down and discuss. I don't believe anybody will harm Nnamdi Kalu where he is. I don't believe that. So let's be patient. I like the way we are currently conducting ourselves. There is peace in the southeast. We should not escalate things, to that level where we'll have, our people being flogged on the streets, people going to bed by 4 p.m. because of curfew and all those things. We can press our demands through various other means. And one of the other means is also for the group to form a political party. The group also could come together and said, this is what our agenda is. This is what, and it will be a very formidable group. It could be a regional party. It could be, there are so many ways to begin to push for what you want. It doesn't really mean that we should, have a smaller country out of a big country. For one, I don't think is the ultimate approach to resolving issues that are of concern to those who are agitating for it. Now, I took my time to answer that because I know it's in the heart of every person from this region, and I am one of those who are watching the processes. I may not come out openly to be carrying placard or doing all those things, no, but we are watching the process of law that is being used, and so far the law court, we are monitoring. If there's any need to raise issues, we raise issues, but the lawyers are doing what they're supposed to do with regards to this. On the issue of Mukpa Road, the process has gone through. Like I said, it's been funded by the federal government, but they have their procurement process to tidy up, and I'm sure in a couple of months, 1 or 2 months or less, it will be done. And I will be here by the grace of God with some of the leaders of Mukpa and Bende to do the groundbreaking for that road construction. It won't be long from now, And like I said, also looking forward to getting it completed within a year, so that we'll take all the traditional rulers and all the rest of them. Even after commencing, we'll go and see Mr. President and other leaders of the country to say thank you for what they have brought for us, while asking for more, because we still have, it's not only that road that is our problem, we still have other problems. We also thank Fashola for remembering Bende, and press more for the job that had been approved for 12 million to be funded. Now, Osondo said something that he wants to meet with me. Yes, I'm available. Just get in touch with Mike Oni in the studio. He knows how to maybe give the number of the person that will coordinate meeting with me. He's not my PA, but I don't know if I can announce any person's number on the phone, but the radio station might guide you on that. I'll be happy to meet you, Osondo. Opening Road, to be honest, it's been captured in the budget. We're just waiting for the funding, full funding. Part of the funding has been released, which is about 25%. We are pressing, and it's not only that project. Most of the projects have gotten 25%. We're waiting for it to be increased so that people can move to site. It's no longer talk. It's real. It has entered into the budget. It is partly funded. We want the full funding. So let's be praying for us, and hopefully a good contractor will come in there to start the job. The gentleman from Iberi, I really appreciate your kind words, and I'm accessible. We can always talk. Thank you for appreciating the work we are doing. Electronic voting, Uwakwe Chidebere mentioned something about that, which has to do with clause 52 subclause 2 of the Electoral Act, repeal and reenactment bill. Many people have been calling it an amendment bill. It's not an amendment bill, it's a Electoral Act repeal and enactment bill 2020. My position has always been that the position of the House, which did not go against the provisions of Section 78 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and Section 153 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Section 153 established INEC. 78 says that they must be independent, that no person or agency should interfere with their work in the course of doing their work. And due to the Constitution being the ground norm, the supremacy of the Constitution over any other piece of legislation or act of Parliament, when there is a conflict, the Constitution will always override that. We considered that in approving that INEC does not need any third party to approve their operations as established by law. Granted that our colleagues at the Senate have a varied opinion on that, but that is not to say that is the end of the day. In the act of lawmaking, there is a space called the Conference Committee, where both houses will sit down and go through the I's and the T's, either to cross it, either to dot it, or to wipe it. And I'm sure by the time we get to that level, which is part of the 9 years of lawmaking, we're going to make sure we give to Nigerians what reflects their desire. And as you know, Nigerians have always wanted that independence of the INEC and the ability to have the discretion. So that was what the House gave to them. My brother from Eka, in Ekom, Cross River, I admire Cross River people. I studied in Cross River State, University of Calabar, and they were very nice to me. And you calling in all the way from Cross River to appreciate that we are working for Nigeria and not that should emulate what we are doing. It's actually inspiring. It's actually motivating, and I really appreciate you for tuning into this program. God bless you.
All right, it is still Ben Kalu's mandate, a special edition indeed, because we're taking more questions, but we'll take a break now. When we return, Representative Benjamin Okezie Kalu will be answering some of your questions. I know you've been keeping those questions and for several editions now. We've not had time to interface with the people, but he's very much at home. Of course, the National Assembly is on recess, and he will be answering those questions. We'll take a break now. When we return, Ben Kalu's mandate continues.
is Benjamin Okeze Kalu, representing the good people of Bende Federal Constituency. I am from Abia State. Arise.
From the hallowed chambers, his voice resonates crystal clear.
You say you shared money recently, and I represent a constituency, and there are 360 of us, and all of them are saying we are not feeling the impact.
He's the unmistaken voice of Undi Bende and the image maker of the House of Representatives.
Swept away houses and roads in communities like Mpa, Umimenyi, Ozita, and Bende. Mr. Speaker,
he's a committed, courageous, articulate, and deeply impassioned lawmaker with the plight of his constituents.
Joining me now on the political segment is Honorable Benjamin Kalu, who's the spokesman of the House of Representatives.
Ben Kalu's mandate gives you first-hand information on the activities of the member representing the good people of Bende Federal Constituency at the House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Kalu, as well as his position on national issues. Ben Kalu's mandate airs on Flow 94.9 FM, Vision Africa 104.1 FM, and Real 99.1 FM every Tuesday by 10:30 a.m. Ben Kalu's mandate, gains of quality representation. All right, thank you very much for staying tuned. Every week on this dial that you're listening to right now, it is Ben Kalu's mandate, where the representative Benjamin Okeze Kalu interfaces with the good people of Abia State. Of course, it is the last edition for the month of July 2021. The lines are still very much open because Representative Benjamin Okeze Kalu is very much in the studio to take your questions. 0808 182 6949 or 0811 605 2949. Also drop messages on 0906 510 8289. You can also ask questions concerning the House of Representatives. Of course, you get the official position of the House concerning some issues, bills, motions raised on the floor during plenary. All right. Yes, what's your name?
Good morning, Michael.
Yes, you're welcome.
Michael, my name is Uduma Ubai. I'm calling from Ibemo.
All right.
Good morning, Ben.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. We do appreciate you. We love your quality representation of your constituency and that of Abia and Nigeria in general. I am of the PDP fold, but both of us in the PDP, we cherish and value the quality of your representation. We value you so much. And we also appreciate the fact that the House of Representatives, which you are the chief spokesperson, has taken a stand with the Nigerian people concerning the electronic transmission of results. Please, I want to encourage you. That is the position of the PDP governors, that's the position of the opposition parties in Nigeria, and that's the position of greater percentage of Nigerians. Listen, Honorable Sir, if there is a credible process in selecting our leader, there will be few litigations in the courts, and there will be political participation of Nigerians in the governance process of this country. And I'm happy the House of Representatives have taken this position. And when the House resumes, when there is that conference you mentioned, when the two meet together to sort out gray areas, please let the House of Representatives, which is people-oriented, there's a difference in this particular house. The Speaker, Mr. Selim Jadimila, and your team, you guys are doing extremely well. You guys are representing the minds and representing Nigerians well on a lot of issues.
Well, hello. I think we lost him, but we got your contribution. Yes, glad to have you join us.
Good morning.
Yes, you're welcome.
Mike, you must appreciate our honorable member, Ben, for doing what other members have not done for Bende Federal Constituency. I'm Samuel Azuma from Amojimeyi. I still want to be clear about that road I'm talking about. That is the road from my colleague Meyi to Amojimeyi. He promised us there is problem on our bridge. People are carrying their crops on where the bridge was broken down, and he only saw that they built the bridge and the road. So now I want to know the state of that road, how much it has made.
All right. Thank you for sharing that with us. Yes, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hello, good morning.
You're welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, we can hear you.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning.
All
Good
right.
morning, sir.
Seems he has issues with the network at his end. If you can call back, what's your name?
My name is Josiah Kalu. Good morning.
Good
morning, sir.
I'm calling from Bende, the Center of Excellency. Honorable Ben Kalu. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Josiah. How are you today?
Fine, sir. My mentor and my boss. Happy to hear from you this morning.
Thank you.
My advice is this: in any project you are backing on, please try as much as you can whenever you come back to Bende. Visit that side to know what is going on their side. Sending people to the side may not give you that which people expected from you. But when you go to the site, you will see that which people expected from you. You know whether the people who you are sending are doing the right thing or not. That's my thought this morning. Thank you, sir.
All right, Josiah. Glad to have you join us. What's your name?
Hello.
Yes, you're welcome.
My name is Ambassador Caleb. Honorable.
Sir.
I thank God that you are not alive. And take, even when you were not in the Federal House or represented, you used to touch life, help young people, even like me. So I don't know whether you still recognize me. And you have some of my books, even now. You have empowered so many women, and some of them are telling me that you are trying, because that is my zone. I used to go to village markets in all the Bende side. So I thank you for that. I want you to extend such to me, because I no longer have your number that ends in 1960. The thing is no longer moving. So if there is a way you can help me get that those things you used to give people, that where we used to go to village market, that one that the front look like a motorcycle, to help me to continue my business. Thank you and God bless you.
Okay, you didn't share your name with us.
Ambassador Caleb. You know me well.
Okay, Ambassador. All right.
I'm the only person that needs to publicize the activities.
All right.
Right from all this authority now.
All right, thank you for sharing that with us. We're taking more calls and taking more messages. Keep those calls coming. A special edition indeed. I call it People's Edition. Yes, glad to have you join us. What's your name? You're live on radio. Okay, seems you have to move on. What's your name? Can you move away from your radio station?
Good morning, Michael.
Yes.
And good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. I am Radio Senator calling from Somalia. Last time you keep honorable.
Radio Senator, if you can change your location, that will be very nice.
Okay.
All right.
I'll change.
Yes, go on.
Are you with me?
Go on, please.
So, honorable, please, because of your personality with Government that you should please go and ask him, appeal to him to pay salaries of workers of Abia State, and that of secondary school teachers that is up to 15 months. That he has delayed the activities of schooling in Abia State. And you promise that it is that month is very far that you are going to do that. I don't know your reactions or action which you have taken so far. We have not seen anything done after that. Secondly, Honorable Sir, you mentioned something of people are free to make their protest, which is given by the Constitution. So this matter, sir, we want to know whether the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria allows protest. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you for your question. Okay, let's take this message and he replies to your questions. Okay, Honorable Kalu, please, how can APC as a party in Abia State be harmonized that of Ikeche Menike faction and that of OUK faction to bring a big fight to the PDP in this state? So let's take this round of questions, and if time permits, we will take more calls because the lines are still buzzing.
All right, thank you, Michael. And those who called on, I really appreciate you. I must celebrate Mr. Obinna Ubaja from Ohafia, who openly stated that he's from PDP, but he appreciates the work that I'm doing as a representative from APC. This is the spirit. This is the spirit, and this is what I've been preaching. And I'm happy that this philosophy is now being embraced by all and sundry. That we are in different political parties does not mean that we should not appreciate when each other is doing well. It doesn't stop us from condemning where they are not doing well. That Ubaja called today to appreciate the work I'm doing does not mean that Ubaja cannot call tomorrow and say, no, you got it wrong here. And I really want to appreciate you and how cerebral you were. Your contribution was succinctly put. That the position of the House is also the position of the PDP governors. So you see that our decision in the House was not a political decision. It was a decision reflecting the needs of Nigerians. And we will weigh into it and see how we'll help during the conference for our colleagues at the Senate to toe the same line of leaving the discretion to INEC, because I know INEC will exercise that discretion for the interests of Nigerians, just like they did at Ondo and they did at Edo. They exercised their discretion and it worked. So we have confidence. Personally, I have confidence in the INEC that if given these discretionary powers, without any clog, on the wheel of expressing it, they would do that, for the interest of Nigeria. And I agree with you. If this process of selecting our leaders is transparent, it will raise confidence of the people who are being led, and it will command national loyalty and increase cohesion in the country, because you have the sense of belonging in that particular decision that produced the person who will emerge. So you are part of the system, and it means that the definition of democracy, which is the government of the people, by the people, for the people, has been observed to the letter. That people element is usually what must be projected in the course of decisions we take in politics for the interest of the people. If it is missing, it is no longer democratic. So I really appreciate you, I really appreciate you. Tomorrow I will appreciate any PDP that is doing well. And I have grown beyond that. I have really grown beyond somebody making me to be enemies with somebody who is in another party because he's not a member of my party. No, I'm not going to make you my enemy because we are not in the same party. You were first my brother before we became politicians, and you will become my brother after we left politics. Who says I'm going to play politics for the rest of my life? I might retire at a particular point, but I want to still keep you as my brother and as my friend, and that is the spirit. That is how it ought to be. Mr. Samuel Azuna called and asked about Amoji Meji. When you people call like this, it gladdens my heart, because it's the spirit of patriotism. It shows that you care for your people. And the more you keep hammering it like this, the more it places burden on my shoulders, and the more it energizes me to keep fighting. And which means you are part of the representation. If you see something, say something. The road is not good, say something about it. You need pipe bomb water, say something to your representative about it. You saw that the light is not working, like I was told in Bende that the light I tried to fix some months ago has gone bad again. I took it and I'm going to do something about it now that I'm back. So I really appreciate it. I want to assure you that the stage of the road is like I described before. We are pushing, and very soon we are going to do the groundbreaking ceremony for that particular area. Joseph Carlo is a very committed Ibere son who is interested in what is happening in Bende, and he has worked with me at different levels before. his advice. He has said it privately to me, and he decided to say it openly again. What he's saying is that now you are back, visit the site. And I can tell you, we started visiting the site on Sunday. I came in on Saturday, started visiting the site. One of the first sites that we went to was the solar energy mini grid. We went to go and see what is happening there, what the construction is doing, whether they are doing it well or not. I'm still going to go more around. And in the course of visiting the ward for this conference preparation, if I have time, I'll go in and see. But we have also designed a date for me to go for project tour, so that I will know the stage of those projects, because from the 13th or thereabouts, we are going to start commissioning these projects. From the 13th of next month, I'm going to start commissioning all the projects I brought to Bende people. But before we go for the commissioning, I have to go and look at the stage and the state of those projects around town. So I'm back. You can count on me that we're going to visit. Ambassador Caleb, thank you for reminding me of our old times. And yes, reach out to me. I'm sure Michael will help when you approach him through the same number you called. My number is not hidden, and he will give you my number, and we'll be able to discuss how we can help more of the women. I'm sure you're acknowledging what we're doing with the women empowerment. It's not a lot. It's not. It may not be enough, but at least we are lighting our little candle. And as you know, the more we light it, the more darkness will be chased away. I'm not waiting till when I have 100 million to give to people. If it is 10,000 I have, and it will make a difference in your life, I share it with you. So during this August meeting, we are also going to look at women and see how we can help. My interest now is mainly with regards to breastfeeding women who are breastfeeding. Some of them are hungry and they are breastfeeding.
Lactating mothers.
Yeah, so we want to see how can we help them, at least for them to have food at home. Another interest that God laid in my heart is there are so many young women who don't have sanitary pads to maintain their hygiene. So very soon I'm going to be touring. I came with some of the ladies from my office in Abuja, because we all relocated to work from the constituency office here. We'll be going around to see how we distribute sanitary pads that will help the hygiene of some of the people in the rural areas who are using a different untidy, unhealthy thing that is causing infection for them. We must care for them. When you say representation, it's not just speaking grammar in Abuja. The small problem of the people, we must take care of it. Now, the radio senator said something about 15 months salary. Yes, I promised that I was going to speak to the governor of the state. Now I'm back. I'm going to try to sit with him, and I'm sure that he's doing something. Maybe before we talk again next Tuesday, hopefully I'll be able to have a tete-a-tete with him. But I'm very sure that he's doing something about it. He's not hearing it for the first time. But I'm asking the teachers, be patient. Things are going to be, for the sake of the children, and they need education. Be a little patient. Things are going to be well. And if there's any way we can intervene at the federal level, definitely we are going to do that, because it is our state that we are helping. It's not just the governor or PDP. It's all about, at the end of the day, it's all about the state and the people in the state that we want to help. Now, how can APC harmonize the two factions? I'm not so sure that we have factions. We have one executive office of the party at Azikiwe Road, and we have a chairman that emerged through Congress, and the executives as well emerged through Congress. These people have been relating with the national body. They conducted the last election. They conducted the last primaries. They reported back to the national office, and their report was accepted. They are the one conducting the registration of members, exercise that have been going on, and the report that they sent to Abuja has been accepted severally. So I don't understand. I've not seen any other executive member. I don't even know. I've not seen. I'm very close to Dr. Kalu, and I have not had him discuss High Chief Ikeche Menike, who is also a prominent leader of the party. I have not had him discuss him in the way that you describe. In terms of faction, we are not saying that. All we are telling people is follow the directives of the current executive, because
That is where the majority, which is the spirit of democracy, lies. We are with the executives, and they have done things. They won the election, they conducted the election, they ran the campaign. We marched through them, and we've been working with them. So far, so good. So I think that is not going to be a problem. And anybody who is trying to work, faction A or faction B, I had some people are coming to radio and discussing that. That is not in the good spirit of the party. What are we looking for at the end of the day? What are we actually struggling for? For those who want to cause a fight, what is it that we are looking for? I mean, that is not, I'm in my local government, you are in your local government. You cannot come to my local government and tell me that you are more popular with your decision than what I'm doing for my people. The fact speaks for itself. They will say no. And if you cause so much faction, people leave the party, they will go to another party and they will still get what they are looking for. And the people will follow them, because we are growing beyond the colors of party. We are looking at delivery. People are now looking at the persons, the character, so let's build our attitude and our character first. Let's forget about the colors of party, because people like us, we can go to any political party and we will have a campaign tool. We have built enough campaign tool to go to any political party and begin to project, but we don't need to get there to that point. Let us put our house in order. Those who are agitating, I don't think Chief Ikechemenike is the one. People are making all this. I don't see him doing that. I don't see Dr. Kalu doing that. Let us work with the executive that we have in place, and I'm sure with that we'll be able to fight PDP, because we need to fight PDP. It is important that we fight PDP in the state. That is the work of opposition. The same way they are fighting us at national level. Secondus, who's always attacking the president. Anything we do, they will attack. So that is how democracy works, and they want to take over federal. The same way PDP want to take over federal government. It's the same way APC want to take over the state government here. It's a good ambition. It's a good aspiration, and we are positioning strategically to make sure that it is gotten. We have people who can do the job. We have the people who can do better than what PDP is doing, and this is the truth. We should not hide from it. You want me to preach about PDP? I will not preach about PDP. I'll preach about my party. My party is better than PDP, and that's the truth, and that is why I'm in the party, and that is why we are asking the governor to join us in the party. People will throw stones at me. Keep throwing the stones. Let him be inviting me to join his party while I'm inviting him to join my party. That is how politics works. I will keep inviting him to join my party. If you like, bring the board of directors, board of trustees to Abia State to convince him otherwise. I will keep looking for those I will bring also to convince him to my opinion. That is how politics works. He wants me to join him, I want him to join me. You want me to join PDP, I want you that is complaining to join APC. So we'll keep doing it, balancing our work, watching each other for the interest of the people. At the end of the day, is the people's element that matters. And so far, so good. That is my position on some of those questions.
All right. We want to really appreciate your time. We now permit to take more calls. But quickly, I want to have your thoughts on the ongoing continuous voter registration exercise. That is, and more like an encouragement to Abians, because the statistics from INEC is a far cry. Talking about that of Abia State, it's a far cry from what other states recorded, and that's not so encouraging.
Yeah, Michael, you're very correct. It's an issue. It's an issue. Irrespective of the political parties we belong to, the number is the tools you use in politics. If you have it, you become the beautiful bride. If you don't have it, nobody looks your direction. Why are we apolitical? Why are we indifferent? And then tomorrow we'll start complaining. I'm encouraging everybody above 18 years of age to go and grab your PVC. You see, oftentimes we have seen a small number of people taking decision for many. Do you know that those who elect, those who lead us in this country are small in percentage compared to the population of this country? It ought not to be so. So let us participate, in the process. We are very soon, I'm going to be inviting 1 or 2 NGOs to come to the state and position with their laptops around the whole state to be able to capture people, to help people who don't know the process electronically, to help them apply for their PVC. I'm reaching out to a few of them, and I'm sure one of these days we're going to be able to do that. Let us not behave as if it doesn't concern us. Let the town union presidents, let them come with a town crier and announce it in all the villages. All the traditional rulers, don't say it doesn't concern you. You are not a politician. The decisions that will be taken by those that we are going to elect will affect you. So it's better for you to be part of the process now, and it starts from now. Get your PVC, even if you don't want to belong to any political party. At least let your voice be heard.
All right.
Do not defranchise yourself. I encourage the Ministry of Information in Abia State to raise that orientation. I raised a call to my friend Oki last time, Joe Oke, and I said his ministry supposed to increase the orientation in the state about it. I also raised a call to INEC. Let us voters education. We should, take it to the next level. I raise a call now to the youth. There are so many youth organizations in the state. What are you doing? Come up as volunteers and let's push for people to be more registered. That way, even at the national level, when they see our number, they will want to sit down and negotiate with us on issues that pertains to our, the good of our state.
All right. We our time is fast spent. We need to step out of the studio already. Next week is another time. It's a weekly engagement of Representative Benjamin Kalu with the good people of Abia State. Thank you very much for joining us live in the studio. And for those that joined virtually, thank you very much from Abuja to Enugu and also outside the country, UAE. Thank you very much. We do appreciate you. Next week is another time on Ben Kalu's Mandate.